Hey, what's happening, everybody? It's Jay Chase. Hey, we're going to be talking about the Oscars. I don't know if you watched them at all. I don't really know anybody that watched them because, as far as I know, is the majority of people that I'm friends with or the majority of people that I talk to, they don't believe in Hollywood elitists patting themselves on the back for shit nobody's ever really seen before. So last night was the Oscars. It was a circus, to say the least. The red carpet was full of all kinds of boobies and stuff hanging out and partial nudity. And on the inside was a giant soapbox where all the Hollywood elitists get to come out and talk shit about whoever. And we're all forced to watch it. I didn't watch it, but I don't know, some people did. Amy Schumer and a couple of other women got up on stage and they addressed the bill that was passed here in Florida. They said basically, I'm ad-libbing here. This isn't exactly what they said, but they're like basically, welcome to the Oscars. Thanks a lot for coming down, everybody, blah, blah, blah. But for those of you in Florida, we're having a gay night. Gay, 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 gay. And they all started saying gay, and everybody thought it was funny, and they started laughing or whatever. First of all, Amy Schumer hasn't been funny since the Betty White roast. Ever since then, it just seems like there's a desperate attempt to be vulgar and rude and crass, and she's not funny. So I don't really give a shit about what Amy Schumer has to say about any of that stuff. And they don't like the bill that was passed here in Florida about, it's the Don't Say Gay bill. And what that is that prevents schools from teaching children, little children from kindergarten to the third grade, anything about the alphabet community or homosexuality or any kind of those mental illnesses or any of those signs. I'm not into that. It makes me very upset, to be totally honest with you, that that's being taught to little children. And if you think that that's a good idea, I've got some choice words for you too. How about that? Moving on. Will Smith was nominated for something that I don't really give a shit about. Oh, the Venus and Serena Williams tennis movie. He played their father. Nobody really forgot, or nobody really remembered the fact that he was getting or nominated for an award because they were all blown away about the joke that Chris Rock told in the beginning of one of his sets. So Jada Pinkett Smith shaved her head for a role that she played in a movie about 12 or so years ago called G.I. Jane. And in that time, she has found out that she has alopecia, which is hair loss. I'm not 100% familiar with alopecia, but it is reversible. It's not terminal by any means. You lose your hair. So, attending the Oscars party with Will Smith, she's sitting in the audience. Chris Rock sees her and says, "Hey, looking forward to G.I. Jane too." Obviously making a joke about her bald head. And an awkward 20 or so seconds later, Will Smith gets up on stage, walks right up to Chris Rock, and slaps him across the face. That is trending today. Chris Rock, live television, said, "Whoa, Will Smith just slapped the shit out of me." He laughs, absolutely kept his composure, maintained his professionalism, carried on the show as I'm sure was requested. So later on in the show, Will got up and he apologized to everybody except Chris Rock. Later on that night, Will Smith tweeted, "Can't bring anybody from Philly anywhere." So he just threw everybody under the bus from Philly. And then his wife tweets out, "That's how we do it." What? What do you mean? You go out and assault people because you don't like what they have to say? So, props to Chris Rock for a bunch of reasons. The main reasons are he can take a punch or he can take a slap. Will Smith has been making videos over the last 6 months about coming off of COVID, being in the worst shape of his life. I'm sure he's ripped. He's been working out and doing what the millionaires do out in Los Angeles or so. He's probably all rip and buff, and he smacked Chris Rock, and Chris Rock's just sat there. He just sat there and he laughed. He had his hands behind his back, so Will Smith kind of sucker slapped him. And props to him for being able to take a slap like that. I mean, that was absolutely impressive. So for the most part, props to Chris Rock, trying to keep everything as professional as he possibly can be. He maintained being the pro that he is, while Will Smith lost his shit and he went up and he basically assaulted a comedian on live television. After the assault happened, Will Smith sat down in the crowd and said a few times, keep my wife's name out your effing mouth. And if I'm not mistaken, blasted that on live television. So if anything at all, he deserves to be fined heavily for the things that he said. Chris Rock also said Will Smith just smacked the shit out of me. So, he swore too, but it wasn't the F-bomb. I don't know. I don't care about Hollywood elitists. I don't care about their opinion, anything that they have to say, especially about the whole gay thing. I don't believe that kindergartners through 3rd grade, or through 5th grade for that matter, should be taught anything about the alphabet community. I think it was a bunch of bullshit, and I'm glad I didn't watch it. I did catch all the highlights on today's news. That's all I wanted to say, everybody. Thanks a lot for watching. I'm just kind of driving around, going back and forth, running some errands and things like that, so I figured I'd make a video. I appreciate you watching my video. Like, subscribe, share,